In this video I'm going to talk about enemy animation. Okay, enemy animation. I'm going to talk about enemy attack firstly before that we are going to make the work animation. So go to that sprite sheet. Okay, go to that sprite sheet and select all of the sprite. Okay, work sprite, drag it them to enemy. Okay, onto enemy, and go to assets. Okay, animation. I have created enemy animation folder. You can create by right click and new folder. Okay, then create that, and I already have. I'm gonna replace this with, so I just want to save. So it will create work animation. If you can find the animation tab, you just have to go to window. Okay, window animation, and then animation. Okay, or just control 6. Okay, and also the animator. So as you can see, by default work animation is playing. Okay, work animation is playing. So what we gonna do, firstly we gonna check if the player gets near the enemy. Okay, near the enemy, so the enemy will attack. So we need player distance to check how much far from this enemy player is standing. Okay, so we're gonna open up the enemy script. Okay, so we need the player position. Okay, so what we gonna do, over here we will create public transform. Okay, public transform, public transform, we will call this one player. Okay, player position or player. So control s and head back to unity. Okay, you will see an empty field of player. Okay, player position, so you just have to drag it there. Okay, so we will have the player reference. Okay, so just wait for that to compile. It will compile for a little. So as you can see player, so drag the player position transform there. Okay, now we have link of the player transform or the position. Okay, so what we gonna do, we're gonna go to update function. Okay, we're gonna check each frame. So we're gonna have to use if. Okay, vector to distance. Okay, vector to distance. Okay, so this functions takes vector a to vector b. Okay, so firstly we will create let's say in range public. Okay, public float we will check. Okay, public float in range player in range. Sorry, instead of in range we will call player in range. Okay, player in range. By default let's set it to 3f. Okay, so if so we have to pass the firstly vector a means our player. Okay, player dot position, comma. Okay, at our uh, own position, transform dot position. So if it's lesser than or equal to player. Okay, player in range. Okay, player in range. So over here vector 2. So just wait and put this curly brackets. If, okay, if vector to distance, this function over here takes two vectors. Okay, two vectors. If the player position and our position, transform dot position, if it's lesser than. Okay, if it's lesser than means our player position. Okay, player position and the enemy position. Okay, enemy position over here, transform dot position is the enemy position, own position, enemy own position. And if player position, if that distance. Okay, if that distance is lesser than player in range distance. Okay, so we're gonna what we gonna do, we're gonna attack. So firstly we will check if it's working or not. So debug.log, say player in range. So attack player. Okay, player in range, so attack player. So what this so if this if these two vectors, okay, if so if I head back to Unity, if the enemy current position and the player position, if it's lesser than player in range, okay, player in range, player in range, so we will call we will print out this message, okay, player in range, so attack player. If we head back to Unity, okay, if we head back to Unity, so distance player in range, let's suppose okay, this is fine. So that message will print out if the player position and the enemy position, if it's lesser than our player in range, okay, player in range, then this message will print out player in range, so attack player. So if we play the hit play the button, so that vector 2 dot distance check between check between position, okay. So as you can see, if I move over move near to enemy, you can see player in range, so attack player. So it's just calculating between this position, our own position, which is transform dot position, and our player dot position, okay. It's checking if that if that position is lesser than our player in range position, so we are calling this message, okay, player in range, so attack player. So if I just move, oh sorry, we reset this, oh sorry, I just hit it, reset, okay. So as you can see, if I go near to him, okay, as you can see, player in range, so attack player. So this functions getting print out whenever the distance between these characters get lesser than 3 unit, 3 unit, okay, 3 over here, player in range. So that message just printing out, okay. So instead of printing out, what we gonna do, we're gonna attack the player, okay. So we need attack animation of the player. So go to sprite sheet of that, okay, sprite sheet, and find the attack one, okay, attack one sprite sheet. So I have over there sprite sheet. So this is single to select multiple, and pixel per unit to select 16, okay. Filter mode to select point no filter, and compression to none, okay. And then hit apply and go to sprite editor, okay, go to sprite editor and slice it, select automatic to grid by cell count, and count how many rows and columns it has. So I'm gonna 4, so this 4 sorry, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, okay, 14 14 15 16 17 18, so 18 columns and 1 row, 18 columns and 1 row, and slice, and then hit apply after slicing it, okay. And open up the whole sprite sheet, select through the first one till the last one by holding down shift and left mouse button, okay, and drag it to enemy, okay. And go to assets again, assets, animation, enemy animation, and enemy underscore we're gonna call this one attack, okay. We're gonna call this to attack. So if you go to animation, uh, as sorry, if you go to animation and select the enemy attack, as you can see, it's attacking, okay, it's attacking. So what we gonna do, instead of go to firstly animation folder, okay. From there, enemy animation, okay, select the enemy attack one, and loop time to select uncheck, okay, or it will loop, okay. So you can do that, so I am going to unticked, okay. So what we need, so we have a animator reference, as you can see in animator component in the enemy. Okay, by this animator, okay, by this animator component we will control this attack animation. So what we have to do, so go to animator, okay, go to animator. If you can find the animator, go to window, then animation, then animator. Okay, so what we gonna do, in that parameter we will parameter in the left side you can see parameter, select the bool. Okay, we will call is attack. Okay, is attack, is attack. Okay, is attack. So by into, so this is anime. By default we are setting this one. Okay, enemy work animation is by default. So we gonna make transition. Okay, right click, make transition to attack. Okay, make transition to attack. So what we gonna do, has it untick the has exit time. Okay, this is the time that 90% work animation will play it, and after that it will go to attack animation. It won't go instantly, so we have to untick that to go instantly to attack animation. Okay, and untick the fixed duration and the transition duration to set it 0. Okay, and is attack to set true. Okay, and then, and we also have to go enemy attack animation to enemy walk. If it's if this bit, if the distance between this is greater than player in range, so we will go to walk animation. So right click on the attack animation and make transition. Okay, to enemy walk, and select the arrow and unticked. Okay, has exit time and transition duration set to 0. Okay, and so we are going to work animation, so we will is attack we gonna set to false. Okay, is attack we gonna set to false, and we need this animator component reference for making this transition enemy work to enemy attack animation. Okay, so what we gonna do, we're gonna open up the enemy scripts. Okay, enemy script once more, and we need that animator component to control this parameter or going to attack animation to work or work to attack animation. So we need this component. So what we gonna do over here, say public. Okay, public animator. Okay, animator, call this animator. Okay, animator, and control S on your keyboard and head back to Unity. Okay, head back to Unity, you will able to see an empty field of animator. Okay, just drag this animator to there, so we will have reference of that. So then we gonna set this parameter through our code. Okay, so as you can see animator empty field, so we're gonna drag this animator. Okay, now we have reference of the animator. Now we can set transition between walk to attack or attack to walk. So we need to open up the one script once more. So we are checking over here. Okay, so what we are doing, we are checking our player position and our own position. If it's lesser than player in range, okay, or player attack range. Okay, attack range we will call, instead of calling player in range, we will call attack range. Okay, attack range, and we're gonna replace this by attack range. Okay, attack range. Okay, attack range. So what, instead of printing out message, we will attack the player. So we need to go firstly animator component. Okay, over here animator, we are going to this component, and we're gonna set this parameter. Okay, so we animator dot set bool. So that was bool. So we have to pass the name of that parameter is attack, as you can see. So we have to pass as a string is attack. We're gonna set it to true. Okay, we're gonna set it to true. Okay, else. Okay, else. So else. Okay, else if the distance, sorry, I just messed up with something, I guess over here. Okay, so so we will call else the distance between these characters is greater than attack range. Okay, so if the distance between our player dot position and enemy position, means transform dot position, is greater than attack range, what we gonna do, we're gonna set the parameter, we animator dot set bool. Okay, set bool is attack to false. Okay, is attack to false. So what we are doing, we are just setting this setting is attack parameter, we are just setting that to false or to true. Okay, basically when we are in attack range. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this again. So as you can see, attack range you can increase decrease, because we made that public, so you can decide over here. So if I now play, okay, if I now play, uh, you will able to see when the player gets near to the enemy, he will transition to enemy attack state. So if I go, just wait, as you can see he attacking, but he is still moving. Okay, so what we gonna do, he just moving. So what we gonna do, uh, over here we setting it true. Okay, else, okay, over here in the top you can see we are moving to the right direction. This function transform dot translate is the responsible for moving the character. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this over else condition. Okay, else condition means if if we, if, okay, if vector 2 dot, if our player position and enemy position is lesser than or equal to attack range, we just playing the attack animation. Okay, and we are not moving, else our player position and enemy position is it's greater than attack range, then we are moving, means we are not in the attack range. Okay, means we are not in the attack range, so we are moving, as you can see, else. Okay, if we are range attack range, so what we are doing, we are playing the is attack animation to true. Okay, else if we are greater than this attack range, means our player position and enemy position is greater than this attack range, we are just moving. Okay, we are just moving, or we are just walking. Okay, and control s on your keyboard and head back to Unity. You will able to see if the distance between these characters is greater than attack range, then this enemy will just patrol. If he gets nearby this enemy, he will transition to attack animation, and he will own walk, or he will not move. Okay, so if you just play, if I, okay, if I get to attack range, I guess, as you can see, it's it's not moving when we are in the attack range, as you can see. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna gonna make it small, because as you can see this is too much far. What we gonna do, we're gonna put 2. Okay, so as you can see 2 is kind of good, but when we go like this. Okay, so if I wait, if I as you can see, he not looking toward us. Oh, okay, toward us. So what we gonna do, we gonna wins so we need to loop time. Okay, we need to go to animation. Okay, as animation. Okay, then attack animation, set loop time to true. Okay, so he will loop and until we just get by far from him. Okay, so what we gonna do, in the attack range function, we're gonna check our distance. Okay, if our player dot position, okay, sorry, our own position, transform dot position dot x, okay, x is greater than player dot, okay, player dot position dot x, okay. So what we are doing, we are checking if our enemy position is greater than player position, okay. As you can see, uh, so if I drag the player right over here, as you can see our enemy position is greater than player position, means transform dot position is greater than enemy position, player position, okay. So what we gonna do, and we are facing right, okay, we are facing right, as you can see we are facing right. So what, and we will check, okay, and we are facing right, okay, facing right, okay. So what we gonna do, we gonna if this happen, we gonna flip the character in the left direction. So what we gonna do, we going to transform, okay, transform dot Euler angles equal to new vector, okay, vector 3, okay, 0 comma, we gonna rotate in the y direction 180 comma 0, okay, okay. And we will set facing right to false, because we are not no longer looking to the right direction. As you can see, if this happen, so we will flip the enemy, and we will say facing right to false, because we flip that enemy, so facing left became true, okay, facing right, so facing right becomes true when he flips, okay, when he flips. So if we play, so control S on your keyboard and head back to Unity, okay, drag drag the player over here, okay. So if we play, we will able to see, when we get near the enemy, the enemy get flips, and he just go to enemy attack transition, okay. So if we just wait, as you can see it's get flipped whenever, okay, as you can see it's flipped, but just wait, so we need to make the jump little more high, okay. This is okay, as you can see he flips when we get near him, okay. So what we will attack function in the next tutorial. For this, now we just set up the animation and the logic behind it, about rotating the enemy. In the next video we will set up the attack function. So this is for now.